So on this story of my life at Burger King, there was one time I woke up and I just had a crazy headache. I felt fatigued as hell and I just didn't want to do anything, but I had thought that it was because I had just woke up. I had went to work, and as I was working, I continued on to get more fatigued. My headache got worse. My throat started to get sore. I just started to feel really, really hot. People said that my face was getting red, like as if my blood vessels popped or something like that. Like, I was just feeling terrible, and I was like, this is around COVID time, so I'm like, man, do I have COVID? Like, did I catch it? So I'm just like, hey, man, look, luckily where I'm at, the location I'm at, just up the street, there's like a clinic or like a small hospital or whatever. I'll go up there and I test positive for COVID. Thank God that I have vacation days, and they were giving people paid time off from like the state. So I go home, I have COVID. Mind you, my girlfriend was sick prior, but we just thought she was sick because she was still moving and grooving. So I'm like, okay, if I'm sick and I've been around you, I'm kissing you and stuff like that, you have COVID. But we test her just in case she has COVID. And this is the Delta strain. So 2, 3, 4 more days go by, we get terrible. And where we are, we don't have no family or friends, and like not family that cares enough, and friends that they're not trying to get sick either. And we have kids. No one's trying to take the kids on for 2 weeks. So on top of being on COVID, 2 weeks of quarantine and having kids and no help, we're sick, putting the kids at risk, and we still got to take care of them because, they're small. Like, they were, at that time, we had a 2-year-old and we had a newborn, and one was 2 years old. And the other one, he was a bit older, so, we did what we could for him, but for the most part, he was able to quarantine. The most we did, if we could, without having a cough attack, was glove up, mask up, sanitize, and cook him his dinner, and made sure that, his dinner, lunch, breakfast, and made sure that he was comfortable as possible. But it was definitely a rough patch, going through Delta and having no help and having a quarantine. It was one of the toughest things ever. And, I had to go to the hospital, and I was not taking the shot. So I got the antibodies, and honestly, I thought I was going to die. And the worst part is that I still have small children. So I'm like, man, am I really going to leave here? And like, they're so small, they're not going to really remember me if they do or at all. So it was just tough. But, now we can look back and, for some people it was just COVID, and for some people it was life-threatening. But luckily, it didn't take us. And that's something that I'll never forget, going through that 2 weeks, with kids and not having no help. They say it takes a village to raise children. So if you have people that are near and dear and they help you with your kids and you help them, just keep that close, because you never know when you'll really need it. Not just for babysitting because you want to go on a date or you have to go to work, but like life-threatening situations, and that there's people around that'll take care of all of your loose ends with anything financially, transportation, or your children, or you yourself.
So it's coming up. There's the impossible. Seriously? Here's the two only ketchups.